Welcome back to BA Performance. Today we're going to change the power steering pump on this 2003 4Runner. Remove this vanity cover and this intake tube. So there's two screws there and probably a band clamp there and a band clamp there. We'll have to remove these two vacuum lines from the intake tube, so you just pinch these clamps and pull them back, and then you should be able to pull the hoses off. To remove this coolant reservoir, which is 3 10mm bolts. So, okay, now you can see your power steering pump, and it has vacuum lines running to it. It has a high pressure line coming from it, and it has a low pressure line coming from it. This is your power steering pump reservoir, which is mounted separately. Just take the low pressure line off here and let the oil drain out. And we're going to take the high pressure line off here. And we're going to try and catch as much oil as we can in a drip pan down there. So I took this coolant line off and shoved it down there with the catch can to catch some oil, or to catch coolant. So we have more room to get in here, because we have to get to that tensioner pulley to take the belt off. Alright, so that's a 14mm wrench on that. And you can see as I push down, it turns that tensioner pulley, and then I pulled the belt off of the power steering pump and just hooked it on here on the thermostat. And if you get confused, right there is the accessory or the serpentine belt pattern, and it shows where the tensioner pulley is. Once you have everything disconnected from the power steering pump, you can start removing the 3 bolts that hold it on. So this is the new one here. Your high pressure fitting is going to be a banjo bolt. It comes in from the top there. And then there's 3 bolts that hold it to the engine block. To remove those, there are holes in the face of the pulley, and you are able to stick your socket through there onto the nut or a bolt. And then you can turn them loose. I already broke that free, but you can use like a cheater pipe to get them off. And then once you get the bolts all the way loose, they'll come out the holes in the pulley and look like that. Power steering pump out, you have to remove the pulley. So you have to take this nut off, and I have one of these strap wrenches. So you just wrap it around there and hold it like this, and then you're able to put your wrench on the nut and take it off without the whole thing spinning. You won't need any special tool to remove the pulley, because it is a cog. So it has teeth in there. The low pressure line is held in with a small 12mm head bolt right there, and then it has an O-ring on the end, and your new power steering pump kit will come with a new O-ring to put on there. So you will want to put that O-ring on, and then you want to reinstall this onto your new power steering pump along with your pulley. And then when you hook up your high pressure line, you're going to want to use these new gaskets also. Okay, as you can see here now, the power steering pump is on. I have the high pressure fitting back on with the pressure washers there. Now I can reinstall the vacuum line. That one's pretty easy, and we can do the low pressure line. Next from that, we put the serpentine belt back on and this coolant hose back on. Then we can put our air intake tube back on and put some fluid in it. Top up the coolant reservoir. Okay, I have the funnel bucket set up here so that we can fill up the coolant system, and the power steering reservoir full here so that we can bleed the system out. And all we really got to do to bleed the system out here is start it and turn the steering wheel a bit and keep this at the full level. Let's fire it up and see if we did anything.
We got power steering again. That is everything you need to know to replace your power steering pump on your 4th gen 4Runner 4.7 liter V8. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and peace out.
Broadcast performance is what it stands for.